Hey guys, very good evening. I hope you're healthy out there, not too much affected by the coronavirus. Tonight I want to show the owners of a Hikvision Camera the proper setup of a Samba file sharing system in connection with Linux Debian 10, so the Buster release, latest release, when recording this video. Reason for this video is that I read a lot of comments of users who have problems set up their Hikvision camera probably under Samba file sharing. So often a camera shows uninitialized or something else, or it's not formatting, or yeah, the range of problems is huge. And yeah, we'll start from the beginning here, step by step, with a very fresh and clean installation of Linux Debian. Hope this will help you out and you have a successful Hikvision installation thereafter. So stay tuned and let's get started. So let's get started. Goal of this video will be the installation of a Hikvision camera in connection with a Samba file server on a Debian Linux 10 PC. Buster was the latest release on recording of this video. So I have the same machine running downstairs, so we'll use this here on a virtual machine just to show you every installation step you have to take to get your Hikvision camera running on a Samba file server. So first of all, let me do a login with my credentials. So yeah, it's good if you're using yours at this time. And I will switch to the super user right now, because I do not want to add every time the command of sudo, because we have to work a lot at the super user installation of some programs and so on. Let's get started with the installation of some helper programs like wget and GNU-PG1. We will need these programs later on for verifying a key, because I want to install webmin. Webmin is a very nice front end which I'm using very often to manage my server, like adding users, like Samba users, which we're going to do later on, or Linux users. And if you are like me, if you are not a Linux pro like me and you do not have every command in your memory, then this webmin gets you started very good. So first of all, I have to add the sources of webmin manually into Debian, because it is not in the standard installation of Debian included. Download repository, search and contrib to the file etc apt sources.list.directory, and we will name this file webmin.list. Okay, added. Let us look if this worked, even if we are not able to install it right now because we don't have the key installed, or the the key for the verification process. So let us install the key next. So we will get this with wget http webmin.com jcameron key.asc. I hope this was the right one. Yep, it is the right one. So let us add this key to the keychain at jcameron key.asc. Okay, the key was added, so let us try an apt-get update. This is hopefully working right now. It is working, and now we are able to install webmin. 293 megabytes of data. I will stop this video right now and continue when the installation already is finished. See you soon. Okay, the installation of webmin has finished. As you can see here in the middle, you can now log into HTTPS, and there is your PC name with the port number where webmin is to be found. So we open a browser window right now. I hope you can see this here, and I will enter the HTTPS address of Buster right now here in it. Yeah, if you're using Firefox, because we have to use this HTTPS here, if you're using Firefox or another browser, you might get a warning of a invalid certificate. But as this is only local, you can accept this risk here. So now we log in with our root credentials here into webmin, and then webmin opens up and shows us what it has to show. Very nice. It installed successfully. We will work further on with webmin later. Right now we will get to our server again and install Samba server at first. For that we use the command apt-get install Samba. 116 megabytes of data. I will also skip this video for a short while. See you soon when this installation finishes. So Samba is almost installed, hopefully successful, and the next step will be the installation of our hard drive where we want to store our Hikvision videos. In preparation for that, I will make a new directory where I mount this hard drive later on. So make a directory. I will do it in the root folder actually. You can do it wherever you want, but just keep in mind where you have made your folder. So camera, I will call this folder and I will do a subfolder, make directory, which I call Hikvision. There I want to have the camera stored, his folder structure later on. So as you can see in this command fdiskl, I haven't installed this hard drive I want to use right now. You can use as well an existing hard drive, but keep in mind that the partition for that has not to be greater than 250 gigabytes. I'm using, to be sure, I'm using only 200 gigabytes later on. And as well, keep in mind that we are now operating with the partition manager, so it could be very dangerous and harmful to your system. So it would be better to make a backup of your system in advance, and you can damage a lot of things here, as well your file structure and losing all your files. But better if it is if you have a new, fresh and clean hard drive like I do, and I will keep in mind this devices I have installed already, so not to mix up the devices. So I will install the hard drive right now. See you soon. Okay, the hard drive is installed right now. I will log into the PC again and switching to the super user because we do additional fancy stuff right now. And just let us list the installed hard drives, and there you can see I have installed this 1 terabyte hard drive properly. For me, this is the identifier dev_sdb. Keep in mind, please be careful at this point. It mustn't be the same identifier for you. For me, it is a fresh, clean hard drive. As we are now working on the partition manager, you can destroy all of your data if you are not identifying this properly. So please, please, please be careful at the additional steps. So for myself, it is cfdisk dev_sdb, and there we am using a new partition label type GPT, a new partition type of 200 and let's say 30 gigabyte. That will be a little bit over 200 later on. Yeah, 214. I think this is fine. So let's write down this one. Yes. Okay, quit. And now we are making a file system with mkfs.ext4 and defsdb1. Yep, proceed. Oh, it contains a file system already. Why that? Okay. New file system made. I go to CF disk again and look for our file system UUID. This UUID we need later on, or it is the better way to identify the hard drive by the identifier. So I will write that one down. Unfortunately, I'm not able to copy and paste that right now, so I have to write it down. And yeah, to write it again into the fstub file later on to mount the hard drive yeah, automatically when the system boots up. So yeah, I will copy this right now or write it right now, and see you soon. So yeah, we can quit this program right now, and I'm switching over to fstub file where we are mounting the hard drive, and here we have to enter UUID equals, and here you enter the file system UUID. Now we have to specify our mount point. That will be /camera/Hikvision. So here the hard drive will be mounted in our file system later, and we want to mount it as ext4. Then we can save this file and try it out with the command fstub, with the command mount a. Okay, no errors, should be good enough. We look in our Hikvision folder, lost and found. Yeah, something in there. Just let us do a short test file, also written. So yeah, I think that worked out for us. So now we can proceed with the next step. This will be setting up our Samba file server on the webmin. Okay, back on our lovely installed webmin administration desktop. What I want to do right now, just click on System, Users and Groups. I want to create a new user for the camera, that the camera can access it assigned share, but nothing else on our system. So for that reason, create a new user. Creating the username for the easy use Hikvision. Whoops, Hikvision. Real name we don't need. Home directory is automatic. Shell bin sh. No login allowed. We don't need the user to log in actually. We just have to create another user or the same user as a Samba user, and we just want to make it available for Samba, not for the system or not for the shell itself. So no login allowed is correct. We will create as well a new group, Hikvision. So create home directory. No, we don't need a home directory because the user is not logging into the system. Copy the files. No, we don't need to. And create a user on other modules we can do. Yes, create. Next step will be create the Samba share. So click on servers and Samba Windows file sharing. Keep in mind it could be as well under unused modules for you to find this Samba Windows file sharing. Here we create at first the new share, which the camera is accessing later on. Create a new file share. Share name. Very important, the share name is the name where the camera will access the share later on. So we have to keep that in mind. For easy use, I will name it HikRec right now. Directory to share. The directory to share is the directory we created before. So on the root level, camera, double click, Hikvision, double click, select. So now here the camera is accessing is share name HikRec, and this is related to the share we assigned to the new installed hard drive. Automatically create directory. No, because it's already created. Create with owner we don't need. and available, yes, browsable, yes, create. So now the directory is created. We have a new Samba share here. And now we convert the user Hikvision to a Samba user. So convert users, we have to click down there. Only the listed users, because we want only the user Hikvision to be created. No user else. Update existing Samba users, yes. Add a new Samba user. No password, use this password. I will enter a password here right now. Please make it more secure than me. You can as well click this generate new password to clipboard button. It generates a more secure password I'm using here right now. And convert users. So 26 users were skipped because we want only to be created one user. And now we look under Samba users. There we find Hikvision. Okay, next step is we are getting away from the webmin and we go into our console again. I want to change the the folder for the username Hikvision, that he is allowed to use it. So I do this with lsla. So here you can see as we created the Hikvision folder under the user root. I'm changing the owner right now with change own Hikvision. So first the username, then the folder name, and all other files below the folder name as well. And the group as well. Change group, and the same command, Hikvision R. Okay, if you list the folder right now, you can see here Hikvision has the folder Hikvision. Very easy, isn't it? Okay. Now, the next and the last final step will be setting up our cameras. Okay, let's go into the last final steps to make our Hikvision camera working with a Samba file server on a Linux Debian Buster system right now. Very complicated stuff when I'm hearing myself talking. Yeah, two things I almost forgot about is, as you can see here in the share we created, HikRec, it is read-only to all known users. So yeah, of course we have to make it writable to the user Hikvision. I forgot about that. We have to change the permissions here, and we have to also change the permission of the file creation itself. So I figured out if we do not set the file permission to 700 so that the user has full access rights, then the camera is able to create a test folder, but it's not able to delete the test folder, and then it says, okay, test failed. So we have to do that as well. I do not know exactly why, but I figured out by chance how it works to get it working. And the last thing we have to change is, I read a lot in forums and the people saying that most of the Hikvision cameras are not able or not capable of Samba protocol version 2. So as we are using a very new version of Samba here with Buster, it is I think version 4.9 something. Protocol version 2 was depreciated, so we have to reactivate it again manually. So yeah, we'll try to do that steps together. So we are going to our share HikRec, and there we go to security and access control, and there we go to read and write users and get in our user Hikvision, as well the group Hikvision, saving that. Further onto file permissions, going onto the forced Unix file mode, 700, oops, save that and save all. Now you can see we have read and write permission to the Hikvision user and group Hikvision as well. So now we have to go under global configuration into our edit config file there on the right side to see. edit config file, and there we have to get a little bit down under the global section. Let's get here, it's fine. And there we have to enter the protocol version 1, ntlm out equals ntlm v1 for version 1, stroke permitted. Save and close. And now we have to restart our Samba server that the changes take effect. And after restarting of the Samba server, we're closing for a short time the browser window, because I want to figure out our IP address of the server. That I'm doing with IP address. It is 192.168.0.116. I need this number later on for our Hikvision camera. We put this number in the server address there. So let's open up the browser window again and open up a new tab, and there you can enter the IP address of your Hikvision camera. I already did this. Username, the admin user, and the password you selected for your admin user. As I'm using a Mac, I can't see any picture of the Hikvision here. It's a mess, but I'm using the IVMS software there so I'm not using often this browser tab, only for configuration. So configuration, there we go. On to configuration, and then on to storage. On to storage management, and under storage management, just to be sure that you are with me on the NetHDD tab here, this tab we have to activate. Server address, now we can enter the server address of our server, which is 192.168.0.1, oops, that's not a point, 0.116, I just figured it out. And the file path. The file path is right now the share we created, so the Samba share with a slash preceding. So slash hike rec. Mounting type will be Samba. The username will be Hikvision. Oops, Hikvision. The password you selected for your Samba user. And now the final interesting moment comes. Test. We see down here testing succeeded. Okay, then we save that. After saving, was he reacting? Save succeeded. Okay, after saving, we go to the HDD management, and here you can see it is uninitialized, and we are trying to initialize this right now. So just make this, just point this arrow here and click on format. Format the HDD. Yes, okay. So now it's formatting. 26% is going on. So I will leave this formatted and get back to you soon. So, installation finished. You can see status normal here. Everything worked fine. If we looking on our server itself into the Hikvision folder, you can see that the camera created data directories here. And so, yeah, everything is working. The camera has access to the Samba file server and can actually, or is able to create videos down there. I unfortunately cannot preview some videos because I'm using this Mac here, and normally I'm using this IVMS software. When I click on playback here, I don't see any video at the moment, but for you, as long as the camera recording videos, you can see them here, or you have to change the configuration that the camera is recording videos actually, or after maybe motion detection, tampering detection, something like this, line crossing detection, all that fancy stuff you can do with your Hikvision camera. So, thank you very much for watching my movie. If you like this movie or this video, I would be appreciated when you click that like button below there, and as well subscribe my channel if you like to hear more videos around that and other very, very interesting topics. Thank you very much for watching again, and see you soon. Bye bye.